What's up, Edgar community? Today we are talking about Pinterest trends. So in the link to the description of this video, there's a blog post that goes over everything we're talking about today. So if you have to just scroll by this quickly, make sure you come back and visit that link because this is one of the coolest ways that you can make sure the words you're using in the pins you're sending to Pinterest are really going to attract and raise your brand awareness. So the reason that this is so important, especially on Pinterest, is because Pinterest is much more of a search engine than social media. I always like to tell people to get in the frame of mind that it's a visual search engine, which means the words you're using in your description of your pins really matter in order for the right people to find your posts. So let me show you a couple of things that are incredibly helpful in Pinterest trends. I'm going to share my screen here real quick. When you first come to Pinterest trends, you're going to notice a search bar right up here. So for example, here at Meet Edgar, we are a social media automation tool. So the pins we're sending out want to really increase the value and knowledge that people have about social media so that we can give you tips that are really going to propel your social media strategy. But how do we know what people on Pinterest are searching for when it comes to social media? Well, enter trends. If I just go ahead and type in social media right here, this drop-down menu is going to show me all of the keywords that people have been searching within this last month here. So these are the words that I want to incorporate into the description of my pins. Because when a community member on Pinterest comes and searches for something, if they search these keywords, my post is more likely to show up in the pins presented to them. So you can see how incredibly simple this is. If you just go to trends.pinterest.com, you can type in keywords that have to do with your industry. Again, let's say maybe I wanted to really give people tips on just Facebook in general. I can go ahead and put Facebook into the trends and it'll show me what is trending right now, what the top searches are. So I can incorporate these into my description and titles on Pinterest. Another cool thing, if you're not sure even what keywords to search here, Pinterest has something called the Pinterest 100. So the links to get to these are in the blog post if you visit that blog post in the description of this live, or if you just go to Pinterest100.com here, you'll notice that they give you this explore feature on what's trending so you don't have to come up with those keywords in your industry. So if you just click on one of these categories here, it'll direct you to where you can see what's trending on Pinterest, and it'll give you these really great numbers for you to understand what people are liking. This can be incredibly helpful for you then to put your own spin on this type of content. Let's say, for example, you see that low waste living right here is trending this month. Perhaps you're someone who isn't necessarily in the eco-friendly, low waste living category, but there's probably things that you can do in order to take advantage of this trend and incorporate this into your own marketing. So get creative with what's trending right now and really make sure that you're taking advantage of this. If you're looking for more ideas on how to use Pinterest and how to make sure that you're taking the keywords people are already searching for and incorporate them into your posts, click on the blog post link in this video and we go through a step-by-step process of how you can put your own spin on the trends that you're seeing in Pinterest. Now, Meet Edgar does automate pins. So if you're someone who feels like your Pinterest strategy could use some help and you'd love to start batching your pins and scheduling them to go out, our social media automation tool will allow you to do this. And I'm going to give you a quick tour on how you use our Pinterest integration. When you log into Meet Edgar, you're going to click to add new content. Pinterest will appear as one of the accounts you're able to send this piece of content to. Now, when I click to send this to Pinterest, I'm selecting a board. So these are being pulled from Pinterest, the boards that you set up. I'm going ahead and writing my post in this section here. So if you go ahead and put a URL into this section, let's say I put a URL here, you'll notice it automatically gets copied down into the destination link. So this link, this destination link section, is if someone clicks on your pin, that's where they're directed to. So a great way to drive traffic to your site off of Pinterest to your site. So once this is in the description part here, you can go ahead and just start writing whatever keywords you found in the trends or on Pinterest 100 into the description right here. Now the pin title section here, if you leave this blank, Edgar will go ahead and make sure the metadata within your blog post, so what you have as the title, is automatically added there. Or if you wanted to override this and write your own title, you can, of course, here. Now for Pinterest, you of course need to send a graphic. My best suggestion is using a program like Canva that you can automatically have it perfectly sized for you. If you want to just use one of our suggested media, this is an incredibly fast way just to click on this and it'll add the photo for you right there. Suggested media is being scraped from whatever photos are within this blog post here. So this is a really, really fast way for you just to be able to add that suggested media in here. Now, you want to be able to repeat pins on Pinterest because as most social media, you need to make sure you're having an evergreen schedule. So writing something once and promoting it multiple times. However, keep in mind that Pinterest will not allow you to put the same exact pin more than 5 times in a month. So if you have a piece of content that you would like to send to Pinterest, the good news is they see a new pin as just having a new graphic. So you could absolutely still use the description that you write as long as you add a new graphic to it. And Meet Edgar's variation feature will allow you to do that. So when I click on manually adding a variation here, a second text box pops up. And you'll notice I can now either select a different image from my computer or a different video, or select a different suggested media, and that will add it as a different image. And I can go ahead and write the description here. So if you have not tried scheduling pins yet, I absolutely recommend you do using a scheduling tool because one of the main things that social media success rides upon is consistency. Really, it's like everything else in life. The more consistent you are, the more success you'll see. You know, if you want to start an exercise routine, consistency is way better than just doing it really hardcore for one day. Same on social media. You need to make sure every single day you're showing up, and scheduling your content ahead of time is one of the ways to do that. So go ahead and check out Pinterest trends so that you're able to incorporate these keywords into the descriptions of your pins so that you're able to capitalize on what people are already searching for. Load up your pins within Meet Edgar and set a schedule for them to go out. If you have any other questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments here or email support@meetedgar.com and I'll be in the inbox the rest of the afternoon and happy to answer those questions for you. Thanks for hanging out today, guys, and I'll talk to you soon.